All right. Hello, hello. Are we ready to go?
Hey, yes, Kendra, we are live on YouTube and Facebook.
All right. Let's do it. You ready to let them all in? Nick, you ready?
Yes.
Hold on. I'll be right back, Foz. We're going to hook our gimbal up.
Okay, perfect.
You're good.
Mics?
Not mics because I'll need to be able to hear.
Okay, Kendra, we are already live streaming on YouTube and Facebook.
You know what, Nick? I may make your job really easy today. Will you put your stand up and I will stand here and like flip that screen so I can look at it?
Yep.
Foz, open the gate. Let them in.
All right, here they come.
Thank you, Nick. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. We are kicking off day one of the 3D Escape Plan Clinic. I am live from Aubrey, Texas. It is a beautiful day. It is pretty windy. Can everyone hear me okay? Type in the comments if you can hear me. Or do I sound like I'm a mile away? I want to see the comment section bubbling today. Be very active. Nick, would you grab the other phone? We need to go live on TikTok. We've advertised. Okay. Thanks, Beth. Thanks, Christina. Sounds good on your end. All right, Brooke. Okay. All right. So how many of you are current students or alumni? You've been part of the program. I'm going to ask you to welcome our new challengers, our new guests this week. If you are new, tell us where you're from. What state are you watching from? We're going to have representation all around the United States and Canada. Louisiana, Jessica. New student from Texas. Hello, Brooke. Florida, Karen. Oklahoma, Joni. Illinois, Christina. Helena, Montana. Lindsay. Jan from Texas. Great, great, wonderful. I'm glad that everybody made it. All right, this week, you will 3D, here we go live. All right, we're live on TikTok, we're live here in Zoom. This week, we'll challenge everything that we have been told about barrel racing. So how long, those of you who are new, you joined because this is a clinic specifically for 3D riders. How long have you been stuck in the 3D, in the third division? How long have you been there? For me, I got stuck there for about 10 years. And I didn't think I was ever going to get out. I almost quit. I almost left the sport. I was so frustrated. 4 years, Karen. 2 years, Jan. Going on 3 years for Molly. Tony, 3 years. Tony, welcome back. It's good to see you. Everybody else is quiet. How long have y'all been stuck? Rhonda, 10 years. Just coming back from a 20-year break. Tiffany. Running in the 2D now. Great. 5+ years, Francis. 2 years, Barbara. Got back to riding after hauling my kids. All right. Welcome. It's your time now. Now, this is really important. You're going to learn to look through a new lens, right? I want to imagine you're going to borrow my glasses this week. You're going to start to see through the new leader lens at Stall High. We're going to look at posture. We're going to look at the angles. We're going to look at, today we're going to look at hand placement. We're going to talk about the position of our head later this week. We're going to talk about how our hips are moving or not moving. All of these things, even when there's just 1 degree of error or misplacement, can keep you stuck in the 3D and you not know it. Typically, it's not what we already know, it's what we don't know. So more times than not, you guys are doing exactly what you were told because we all want to be good students, right? The problem is that the way we've been told to run barrels is flawed. There are a lot of flaws in the system. There are things that just don't add up for the horse biomechanically, or if you just look through the angle of science and physics, the math doesn't come out in the wash. And it's making it really difficult for the horse to do it physically and emotionally, which is why so many barrel horses are struggling today. And so many riders feel like they're stuck in the 3D and they just don't have an escape plan. They don't know how to get into the next division. It's not that you lack the grit or that you lack the riding ability or that your horse isn't fast enough. But what we're learning is that it is biomechanics. There's a kink in the flow of energy due to posture placement. And that's what we want to open your eyes to see this week. So again, this will be brand new information. How many of you are ready to receive new information? If so, type I am coachable in the comments. Good, Karen, me. Who else is coachable? I'm coachable, Brooke. I'm coachable, Karen. Christina, I'm coachable. Great, great, great. I'm going to ask y'all ladies to come on. Michelle, Julie, step on in here. We're having an in-person clinic this week as well. I'm going to ask 2 of our riders to come in because we just had this conversation this morning about being coachable. You're going to meet our celebrity coach here in a minute, Chris Irwin. What I love about Chris, not only is he light years ahead of everybody else in the horse industry as far as being able to understand and explain biomechanics and posture, but when I first met him, he said, Kendra, you and I can get to be real close friends real fast, but we need to pump the brakes because I will contradict you. I will contradict every coach you've ever had. Chris, do you remember saying that to me?
Yes, I do.
I
And you're
love
not
what
the
you
only
said.
one.
You said it. You were very transparent when you and I first met and we started, talking through the possibilities of working together. I love that you were so transparent. You said, I only work with professionals. I'm going to contradict you. This is my area of expertise. And you basically said, I'm the boss. Whoa. Yes, sir. Sign me up. You got my attention. I am sharing this with y'all because it will contradict everything you have thought to be true up until this point. Do not take it personal. We're not here to call anyone out. We're not here to cast blame or shame. I am here to call you up. You are capable of more. This is not meant to be disrespectful to any person who taught you. I'm thankful for the people who helped me get where I am today. My dad, number one, my greatest hero in horsemanship of all time, my dad. And he's up in heaven now. He changed addresses in 2018. He taught me as much as he could with what he had at the time. He expects me to go further. So I don't want anyone to get hung up with one boot in the past and one boot in the future. Be present. Are y'all willing to do that this week? Are you really willing to try something new and to think differently? Yes, 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 yes. Those of you who are returning, go ahead and give them some encouragement. It's different. You're going to see through new eyes. All right, Michelle, what do you do
Hi.
for a living?
I do body work on horses and I do EMS. So I work with horses all the time.
Okay. And we just had a few hours. We just started here. This is your first time to be in our program.
Yes, it is.
You just saw it online and said, I'm
Sign me up.
going.
I'm in.
Okay. How are we different? How can you already pick up on that 3 hours?
It's completely different, actually. It's all about posture. It's all about riding with the horse instead of against the horse. And it's not always the horse. It's quite often mostly us. And yeah.
What did you learn about your horse this morning?
He wants to please me and he wants to be calm.
Mhm.
And he wants me to give him the drug. Yeah.
Any advice for our new challengers who are watching and it's their first day?
Ah, just soak it in. It's so good. It's just a lot of aha moments. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. When you see it on your horse, it's very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
A lot of aha moments.
Mhm.
And you have a unique lens because this is what you do.
Mhm.
You take care of horses who are in pain.
Yes.
You do body therapy and sports
Mhm.
therapy. So you have a little bit of advantage on most riders. You understand how the body should be working.
Mhm.
So very
Thank you.
good. Julie, hi. Come in here. Oh, Chris, we've had the best morning
Nope,
today.
Ivy's gonna.
Julie has ridden with me 2 times. This is her 3rd time to the ranch, and you're starting to really connect some dots today. So what can you tell people who are brand new? It's their first day.
Oh gosh, be a sponge because it does work. And I said this earlier today, but I've been to multiple clinics with other professionals. And this is scientific based. So it's looking through a different lens, like you said, and it's just listening to your horse instead of forcing your horse what you want to do. That's the best thing I could say about it. So it's wonderful. Believe in it and keep on doing what you're doing, and you'll get there because it's very encouraging. And it's, like I said, scientific. That's what I love about it. So,
Okay, Chris, get ready because we're gonna use Ivy, her horse Ivy, as a demo. Now, this
Okay.
morning, Julie gave me some pushback when I challenged the placement of her hands, and she said, every time I change my hands, Kendra, she gets agitated. It makes her worse. And I said, I would love to agree with you,
but I don't.
but then we both be wrong. Like, I love you, but I don't want anyone to get stuck in the problem and think it's 18 other things or 800 other things and it not be the real thing. Turns out it wasn't even her hands as much as it was her hip placement, Chris. So
Mhm.
what happened? When we
Well,
changed, and this is
yeah.
a little bit premature, but y'all need to hear this. And Chris, I want you to hear the backstory.
She was a little bit choppy going around the barrel, and we found out when I walked out of one of the barrels, Kendra was behind me and I was sitting to the left, more off center. And a lot of that ties back into a surgery on my knee and everything. But once I corrected that little bitty inch, not even, and set straight on her, she wasn't choppy going around the barrel. She was very centered and I was centered, and it was very smooth and fluid.
And her mare was calm.
Yes.
So a lot of times we could think it's hands, but it's more hips. We're going to talk about hips this week. Chris, you have such a gift to explain what is going on in our posture as it relates to the horse's posture. I want you to tell a little bit about your expertise. And guys, it is such a tremendous opportunity that we have to learn from Chris live today. This is a really big deal. You're about to learn from a clinician who is globally traveled and recognized, like helping riders of the highest level. We're talking Grand Prix. You've taught at universities. You've been doing this for how many years? 40 years?
Horse training, but 44 years.
44 years.
It's not how many years, it's how many horses.
Come on.
Because there are people that'll say, yeah, I've been riding 50 years, but they've ridden 100 different horses over 50 years. I'm in the 30 to 40,000 range of horses.
Come on.
Not ridden that many, but worked with that many. I think I've probably started 10,000 colts in my lifetime. And I'm just obsessed with it. Before I go into the back, I'll tell you just most recently, just in the last couple of weeks, a dressage rider in Vancouver or in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, pretty elite, rides Grand Prix, trains, coaches, teaches. And she had this one particularly difficult Lusitano horse that seemed inconsistent. One day he'd be pretty good, next day he'd be bucking his brains out. And we did 4 sessions together a few weeks ago, and she went and cleaned up at the national championships just last week. Won every class she went in. Another one from out that way also coincidentally, a Lusitano. Many of you might be familiar with working equitation. It's a big up and coming sport. Has its roots in bullfighting from horseback. And a lady there who was this, you talk about getting stuck in the 3D. She was stuck in their version of that in working equitation. Really wanted to make the national team, the Canadian national team, to make it to the World Championships. And we worked together a couple of times, and she was really struggling with transitions.
Yes.
Her canter transitions, her flying lead changes. Sometimes he'd really go flat after a halt, after a whoa. We worked together a couple of times. And she went out and won, got the highest score, made the team.
Wow.
There's a long history of these.
Yes.
If it sounds a little too Englishy, you ask the background. My first real ahas started coming back in the 1980s when I was in my 20s, and I was a working cowboy in Nevada, and I specialized in wild Mustangs, the BLM's wild Mustangs, and I think I still have the record transforming wild Mustangs into national champions. You know, you hear about the Mustang makeover and blah, blah,
Yes.
blah, but in about 3 years, I was proud to say I had 18 national champions. So the short story, long story short, and I shared this with you in our first talk, Kendra, way back then, and it's somewhat still the same today, but not as much. Now you can go to a college or university and get a degree in equine sciences, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of theory. It's not practice, it's theory. And I did not grow up like you did as a child on horses. I didn't discover them until I stumbled into the racetrack at the age of 20, looking for work. And so I fell in love right away. I knew first day, this is what I'm here to do. And so I had to go find my discipline. And I started at the racetrack with thoroughbreds, and then quite the opposite. I went from there into big hitch driving, draft horse teams. Now, that doesn't sound relevant, but here's why it's relevant. Riders, you're sitting in the saddle, you see your head of your horse. You see the head of the horse. It all becomes about the head of the horse. And people get a little too handy. Short reins, there's a head right in front of me. But when you learn how to train and drive, say, 4 big Belgians or Clydesdales pulling a hitch, it's got to work. You can't muscle them. You can't muscle them. And when you're driving a big hitch, you see the entire horse.
Yes.
And you're reading your horse from the back end first. That you got those big ass hindquarters in your face. And you're watching how they move all the time. And if you do it a lot, like I was immersed in it, you're starting to see, like you watch how a river is flowing. You're starting to see the movement in the hindquarters travel through the back, travel through the shoulders, travel through the neck. When you get into heavy hitch pulling, and this will start talking biomechanics now, when you're doing real heavy work or logging with horses, they can't, we call it pulling, but what they're doing is pushing. They're leaning into a collar up front, and they cannot pull with a hollow back. They can't. They've got to round right out, dig in like a sprinter coming out of the starting blocks. So you start seeing these things. Also start to see how, if you got a 4-horse hitch, you see how they're responding to each other, the behavior of the 4 horses. Went from there into ranch riding down in Nevada. After 14 years there, started getting into the English world, into dressage and jumping. That started by them coming to me, asking me to start their young horses. I had no intention of competing in dressage or jumping, but those riders were coming to me with young horses to get started. And long story short, and endurance riding and trail classes. I'm going to sound a bit righteous here, but I never got into Western pleasure. That never appealed to me. I always said about Western pleasure, if you looked out the window and you saw your horse moving like that in the pasture, you'd call your vet.
Yeah.
My
mine
horse
was
is
like that.
lame. I need to call the vet. So,
That's what I
Yeah,
call it.
no, mine moved biomechanically correct.
so as I was going from discipline to discipline, say from the age of 20 to 37, 38, lots of different disciplines and lots of different places. It's important not to get stuck in one region and the way things are done in one region. All over North America at the time. As I went from discipline to discipline, breed to breed, I found there was only one common denominator. Reiners didn't want to listen to jumpers. Jumpers didn't want to listen to dressage riders. Dressage riders didn't want to listen to anybody. And the only common denominator among all these disciplines and all these breeds was behavior. Didn't matter the breed, didn't matter the discipline. Can you get your horse in the trailer? Is it a biter? Is it a bucker? Does it rear? Is it one that's flipping over? Is it a runaway? Is it a quote the lazy horse who won't go? On and on and on, won't pick up its feet. On and behavior, a long list of behavior issues. And I was fascinated by that. And I decided I'm going to focus on behavior. I'm not going to pick a discipline to show in. I want to become a horse psychologist. And as you study behavior, and what I mean by behavior, okay, I'm willing to experiment. I'm going to be the test pilot. I'm going to try to ride the horse that keeps bucking everybody off. That's behavior. I'm going to try to fix that mare that keeps flipping over. I'm going to figure this mare out. And a lot of groundwork, but a lot of time in the saddle, learning the hard way. I got hurt a lot, a lot. And what it all came down to, what I started to recognize is, and this is like duh when you hear this, a good farrier is obsessed with alignment, obsessed with how the foot relates to the rest of the leg, relates to the whole body. Your equine dentist better be obsessed with alignment. Your saddle fitter better be obsessed with alignment. As a chiropractor, a body worker, you better be an osteopath, you better be obsessed with alignment. All the other modalities in the horse world, your trailer, for Pete's sake, the wheels, it needs to be in alignment when it's hitched to your truck. You don't want to wobbly. And there's this awareness for alignment in every aspect of the horse industry, except the most important one, the riding.
Yes.
And combine that with an awareness for other sports that I'm pretty obsessed as a skier. I've been a ski bum all my life. Learning to ski well is alignment. Learning to sail a boat well is alignment. And it's like riding is the only sport out there where most riders don't give a damn about alignment. They just want to show the horse who's boss, work it, bribe it, kick it, jerk it, pull it.
Yes.
Get it so sore, we need to call the body worker. So as I became obsessed with alignment, like focused on alignment, all the problems, not some of them, all of them melt away. And problems don't take months to fix. They take minutes to fix.
Yes.
So one last little analogy that for the people listening, imagine a combination lock. We've all had experience with combination locks. It's 2 full revolutions to the right to the number 11, and then 1 full revolution back to 7, and then 1 quick revolution past 0 to 3. If you are 1 digit off, if it needed to be 3 and you were at 2 or 4, it ain't opening. That's alignment.
Such a great analogy.
So we need to open up these horses.
Yes.
With
Oh, this is
alignment.
good. This is so good. And I love that you took time to tell us about your driving experience. That's going to be really important, guys. Those of you who are kind of numbing out like, oh, that doesn't mean anything to barrel racing. It does. Because
one quick one. Some of you have been doing barrel racing long enough to remember the name Martha Josie.
Yep.
Yes.
I was doing a driving clinic in Nevada back in like 1992, 3, Carson City, Nevada. Martha Josie was doing a barrel racing clinic in one arena at a big equestrian center. I was doing a driving clinic. And I heard later at the end of the day, weekend clinic, I heard people that were auditing her clinic saying she kept pointing over at your driving horses, telling her barrel racing students like that, like that, like that. And then her and I met that night and we chatted a little bit. And she asked me if I'd do a demo the next day in her clinic. I said, how about I run a barrel pattern with a cart, with a chariot? I won. I had the fastest time in a chariot.
Wow.
So go figure.
Because
Alignment.
alignment. So when y'all, this is really important. The way he has studied from the ground, from a cart, he sees the whole body. We don't. Were you blown away today? This is Jerry, by the way. I've been calling you Joni all morning.
That's
This
okay.
is Jerry.
I answered.
Hi, Jerry. I didn't catch your body worker's name.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
So-
Hi, Julie. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jerry.
Hey,
So when you have a chance to watch horses and not be in the saddle, you can watch someone else and you can see the horse out of alignment. You can see their body posture starting to get kinked up. Chris talks a lot about the flow of energy. Don't be weirded out by that word. Energy is all around us. You pay your electric bill, do you not? You probably complain about the fuel bill. Man, this diesel's going up. That powers your horse. So if energy is kind of a vague word for you, maybe horsepower makes more sense. Chris sees the horsepower, how it moves through our horse's posture, and he sees when the power dies. It's like a hybrid car. It will glitch for a second, like you'll lose your energy, you'll lose the horsepower. How many of you are struggling because your horse is losing power? Like they don't leave the barrel fast enough. And you've been trying to find the magic drill to get them to speed their feet up and to leave the barrel, but they just keep fighting you like you're stuck in mud. It's not about a magic pill or a new or a recycled drill. It is about the way the energy, your horse's power is being locked or blocked. Let's go back to his padlock analogy. One little click that doesn't fit is going to keep your horse locked, or you can free it. I'm going to hop on Ivy real quick, and I'm going to hop on this mirror. We're going to talk about hand placement. In the comment section, what have y'all been told about your hands? Give me some common traditional hand placement tips. Where have you been told to hold your hands? In the box. Brooke, where else? Keep your hands low and in the box. Where else? Rhonda. Keep them low. Terry Petty. Keep them low, 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 touching the neck. Oh, dear Lord. Christina, your life is going to change. Low hands. Low. Get down the rein, not in the center. Tina, that's a good one. We don't want to be right in the middle. Hold the mane, Fran. Okay. That's putting so much faith in a horse and expecting them to drive. So that's like taking the steering wheel and just chunking it out the window and expecting the car to drive itself. Now, some horses can do it. Most can't. So you are forfeiting some precision. You're forfeiting some time on the clock when we keep our hand right in the middle or just hold the neck. So I'm going to demonstrate with this horse, Chris, and I want you to talk about how our own energy, our own power, and when you want to get super scientific about it, it is synovial fluid. It's cerebral spinal fluid. When that stops flowing, guys, through our body, that's when we get the deer in the headlights feeling.
Kendra,
We
before
panic
we
before we
start,
run.
is
Yes.
Sherry running the wheelhouse here? Can I have a bigger screen? You're like 1/16 of my screen here. I've got
Foz,
a bunch
Foz,
of
Foz is on the control panel today. Foz, can you highlight me, please? And then if you can't see me, y'all may have to swish your screen side to side to see the speaker. There we go.
That's
Did that
better.
help?
Thank you.
All right. All right. So I'm going to put my earbuds in so I can hear you, Chris. If y'all want to listen, go dial your phone and listen to it this way. If you turn your speaker on, then we're gonna have interference. All right. Thanks, Ivy. All right, Nick, you're up.
We've lost
We've
audio. Oh, I can't hear you.
Come back. No,
Now we can hear you, Kendra.
There we go. Kendra,
there, I can hear you.
is this Jenny's horse?
No, this is Julie's horse.
Julie's horse.
Yes.
Okay, come on back down for a second, please. I got to do my job.
All right, I'm ready.
And this is normal,
Thank you.
and maybe people would need to rewind it. But
Okay.
before you got on her, and it's normal. Before you got on her, her entire spinal column was beautifully aligned. She was in neutral. And this is one of the things that people need to start seeing. As you mounted, she dropped her back, hollowed her back, and her neck
head
went
went up.
way up. Now, that is one of the first things people start to need becoming much more aware of.
Yes.
Because it's real easy to say you want that hindquarters to get underneath that horse to drive more forward, but it can't get underneath a hollow back.
Or a
Okay.
tight back is what
Yeah.
you taught me
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So even when we put a tie down on them or draw reins or a martingale, and we use a piece of equipment to keep their head in that posture, in that position,
Yeah.
even though it doesn't allow them to hollow their back out as bad, they still have a tense back.
Yeah.
And Chris, the way you explained it, even if their back is tight, they are not going to be able to get their hindquarters up underneath them. Those back legs won't travel as far up underneath them to support the weight of their body.
Yeah.
Think about that, guys. When you really think about this, if this is the only thing you get from this weekend, it will forever change the way you think about barrel racing, and it will put you ahead of every other barrel racer in the nation.
Look at her
Everyone.
neck now. In thoroughbred racing, it's called the home stretch for a reason. It's not the best bred horse. It's not the most expensively bred horse that's going to win. It's called the home stretch because if they come around the last turn neck and neck, and it's anybody's race, it's going to be the jockey who can get the horse to unlock its back and level out into the stretch so that the drive can get deeper underneath. So as we go into this, leaning as Julie, was it Julie, Jenny that was said, that will cause that asymmetry can cause a horse to hollow its back out, and the choppy ride is because you're in the trough of a hollow back.
Yes.
Your seat can do it, your balance can do it, your hips can do it. The number one cause are the hands doing it. But they can all contribute. So the baseline going forward, when you look at the logo of the Ford Mustang, of that Mustang galloping, it's level.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
I saw a video on social media last week of some gal barrel racing. I don't remember where it was, but it was great. She won. She had a great time, and her horse was level.
Yes. That's what we're going for. Yeah. So let me hop up here. See where her head's starting to come up?
Yeah. Go ahead. It's going to happen. It's not that it doesn't happen. It's how do you fix it when it happens?
Yes.
We need to learn to do our best not to cause it. And when a situation, an environment triggers it, we need to be able to fix it right away.
Yes. Now, we've got 25 minutes left in this first session. For those of you who want more, when you get your VIP, we're going to have a second Zoom. After we finish this session, there's a second session. You get to send in a video and get personal coaching this week. Will someone please drop the link for that, for those who want the VIP? Chris, are you going to be able to go backstage with us and be in that second Zoom today? I know you're traveling.
Yeah, it's late here in the Netherlands, but for you all, I will.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So we will continue this, but we're fixing to grab a stall high gear. We're going to go really quick, and we're going to do a very deep dive on hand placement. Every single person typed that they were taught to keep their hands low. I too was taught to keep my hands low. I did a lot of damage to a lot of horses, and I stayed stuck for many years keeping my hands low. So here's what happens when we keep our hands low. And I want you to see it. Again, no disrespect to anyone who taught you this. I truly believe they were doing the best with the information and the experience they had at their time. This is different. This is thinking through a brand new lens. So when we hold our hands low like this, look what did she already do? What did y'all notice about this horse?
Yeah.
Drop it in the comment section. Nick, can you read those comments to me? Sherry, can you read the comments to me? Okay. What'd you notice when I took my reins up and my hands are low? Back hollowed, pinned her ears, tucked her head. Her chest, head came up, head up and tense. She's tight, she's bracing. Okay, let me ride this horse around with my hands low. I'm just trying to keep her calm. And you know what? She's not bouncing around. She's not hot or agitated. But I want y'all to see the difference when I change my hands. This is keeping my hands low, like we're all taught to do, like good little barrel racers. How would you describe this horse, guys? Drop it in the comments. Look at her feet. Look at her back feet, because you're going to see a change here in a minute in her stride. You see how she's traveling? Nick, I'm going to make a left-hand turn so you can see it. Look at the distance of her steps right now. Look at where she's traveling with her head and neck. Chris, how would you describe this posture right now?
That is a hollow back. It goes up and down, but right now that's a hollow back. The hind legs and the hind feet aren't even able to track up and place in the front. So people take a look at the hoof prints. Watch where a front hoof lands, and then watch the back foot behind it. It isn't even landing in the front hoof print. And that mare is capable of her hind feet landing 6 to 8 inches in front of the front hoof print. So you'd get more engagement from the hindquarters if the back wasn't so tight, so hollow.
So let's talk a little bit about that. For people that claim to be cognizant of the hindquarters and that we want our horses to use them, if we don't know how to properly support that and unlock their back to unlock their stride, we're never going to get it. Some of the negative domino effects of not being able to step inside their hoof tracks, will you talk about that, Chris, as far as like hock damage, stifles, kissing spine? How is that all connected to their stride?
Well, you just talked about all the symptoms of spending too much time with a hollow back. And the stride isn't going to increase until that tension comes out of that back. Another thing to mention, and sometimes it's caused by hands, sometimes it's allowed by hands. But there's a big difference while you're bending and turning, especially going around a barrel. Working a circle, working a corner between the horse bending its back and its girth, or just folding its neck at the shoulder. This
There's
horse
a difference.
this horse is folding her neck right where you see her breast collar, where the neck meets the chest. That's a fold there, not a bent back. And so the fold is blocking energy from coming through as well. Just like imagine her spine starting at the very back end and every vertebrae in her body coming through up into her skull, all the way into the third, second, and first vertebrae. Imagine that entire spinal column is a water hose. If it's
Mhm.
straight, the water comes out. If it's curled, coiled, the water comes out. But every one of us knows you put a fold in the hose and it blocks the water from coming out. If you put a fold in the hose, you'll have a dribble coming out. So
Yes.
this mare's dribbling. So
Okay.
there's two significant blocks. One
Yes.
is the hollow back is a block of energy flowing from back to front, and the other is a folded neck is a block. So she can't really have the energy that's trying to start in her hindquarters make it all the way through. It's getting stuck.
All right.
And she's a
Has
hell
this,
of a nice mare for her to be
oh,
for her to
she's
be
so
carrying
nice.
for her to have such a quiet curled tail when her body's like that says a lot about her
Yes.
character. Good
Yes, it
mare.
does. She's a very good mare. All right. Does this blow your mind already, guys? Are you starting to see how you can have the fastest horse at the race, but if you are crimping their energy, just like a water hose, they can't access their speed because we're blocking their stride. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready to see me unlock it? If this is what blocked energy looks like, and doesn't this look like every single barrel horse you've ever watched? I look like I'm a good barrel racer
It
right
looks
now.
better than
Do I not?
most of them, actually.
But I mean, this is how we're taught, Chris.
I
This is
know.
how it's been
I
taught for
know.
decades.
I'm sorry. I can't
So,
help
yeah.
myself.
So are y'all ready to see the difference? Are you ready to see how you're going to get out of the third division and how to start unlocking your horse's stride? Now, what do y'all see change? What's changing in how this mare's walking? Nick, they want to be able to see her head and her feet. Nick's behind the camera today, guys. Tell him thank you. Chris, what do you notice now?
It's coming. She's still just a little hollow, but it's freeing up. There's more elasticity. There's a little more swing coming. She is getting a little more underneath her with the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to coach you a little bit?
Well, I would love to have my bullseye saddle. Would one of you mind bringing the saddle that we put on Biscuit? Yeah. We're going to switch saddles as well.
Okay.
So I can have free range of motion with my hips. Go for it, Chris.
But I like to mention, everyone says the hands, but the hands are connected to the elbows.
Yes.
You need your elbows to come forward just a little bit.
Is that better?
Yep. There. And she
Woo, look
needs,
at that. Look at
Yeah.
her. Do you see that? She went,
Yep. And her tail just lifted even more. And now she's swinging better. Now you're going to have a muscle memory yourself, Kendra. Those elbows are going to want to come back.
yes. Okay,
And
I'm
so-
listening.
I want to mention to everybody, when we talk about contact, there's the back to front contact, the longitudinal contact that you can say you can block forward energy with. And then there's the lateral contact, the left-right contact. She could use a little more release in the longitudinal back to front.
Okay.
While you hopefully can maintain your lateral contact. There.
Good girl, Ivy.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, she's walking much better.
And when you say better, what do you mean by that? What do you see? I'm going to slip over here real quick and throw a different saddle on her so I can move my hips.
Well, it starts with looser.
Thanks,
There's
Sherry.
a little more elasticity in the hips. There's a little more swing happening. And that's allowing her to relax, not only in her back, but in her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So everything
Thanks,
just
Sherry.
started to relax. That's first, is seeing tension start before the stride's going to get longer. She has to
Relax.
relax. So she's beginning to relax. What a nice mare. She's just walking with a little, holding that tension.
Well, y'all tell Jerry I'll use this saddle. Sherry was already ahead of her. Jerry ran to get the other saddle. We'll use this one. Thanks. Got it. All right. The bullseye is designed differently, guys, it's got a wider bar spread. So there's more circumference for them, like covering their back and also underneath us. It's also built with a different seat, ground seat, that allows our hips to have more full range of motion. This has been on a little horse compared to Ivan. You gotta let it out a little bit. She's full figured, this one. She's curvy. So I'm gonna hop back up here, Chris. You challenged me on my elbows. So that's new for me today. I am coachable. Thank you, Coach Chris. Even coaches need coaches, guys, especially when you're trying to be competitive in today's age. The 3D is nothing to turn your nose up at. There's a lot of high dollar horses running in the 3D. It's that fast and that competitive these days. A lot of great riders in the 3D. You guys are close, so close. But if you're like me, you know you're capable of more, and that's why you're here. All right, Ivy. Let's try this again. My dearie. You ready? Watch the hand placement and watch how this mare moves differently. Now, what do y'all notice? What's different?
That's much better.
What do y'all see? What do you see, Chris?
Well, again, the first thing I see is a willingness in her to relax down into this, not so braced. The stride isn't much longer yet. That'll come with the relaxing. But the first visible sign is there's more swing in the hips, there's more swing in the ribs, there's more swing in the shoulders, and she's not dragging her toes the back nearly as much. Well, as soon as I said that, she did. So she's picking them up better. There you go. Yeah. So that's already an improvement right there.
And why is this better? Why is it important for her to pick her toes up?
Mobility. Yeah, and she is. Just let me watch. She looks to me like she's stepping longer on her left hind than she is on the right.
She feels looser to the left than she does the right.
Yeah. And I don't have a great internet connection, so I struggled a little bit. It kind of gets a little fuzzy for me at times.
Okay.
And there's always a diagonal connection. So if the right hind is short and stiff, then the left front can't possibly be coming through enough either.
Well, it's funny that you say that because as I look down, her right shoulder is more defined than the left.
Yep. I'm not surprised. So she's kind of asymmetrical herself.
I can't hear you.
I said she's asymmetrical herself. She's a one-sided horse.
So Sherry's talking to me from the corner. Remember when we talked to Julie earlier about how she was sitting a little bit to one side more than the other? Can y'all guess, based on what we just talked about, what side was she sitting on more? Do y'all remember? She was sitting heavier to the left.
Yeah.
This mare's right shoulder has developed on the right as a compensation to balance out the ride. You're going to hear us talk a lot about compensation patterns. That's what's really keeping you stuck in the 3D, y'all. Blind spots in our posture. We've never been coached like this before. Chris, Stall High is bringing new answers and solutions in a new way by being able to look through the lens of biomechanics, science, just plain math, just physics. I hated math when I was a kid, and I freaking love it now because I understand how it's going to make my job and my life, my lifelong goal, so much easier on my horses and me to get through those turns. Our friend Joe Shattuck, she invented the CAT device, kinesthetic awareness training. She said, it's not a mystery. It's just math.
Kendra, you know
And that's
that
for any sport.
Kendra, you know the synovial fluid you were talking about in your own body, in
Yes.
the human's body? The research indicates it takes a good 15 minutes of a horse walking before theirs is activated enough for the joints to loosen up.
Wow.
So how you've shifted the alignment of your hands has had an immediate shift in her alignment or in her posture, in her frame. But you're going to have to walk into that frame for about 15 minutes for us to really see the stride significantly improve. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So I felt a little bit of a pickup.
Yeah.
So we're a few minutes in. We have 9 minutes left in this first session. Type it in the comments, guys. Are you starting to have those like, wait a minute, click, 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 boom? Is it hitting you? Are you starting to say like, whoa, is this what has been going on all along and I didn't know it? Once you see it, guys, you can never unsee it again. You're being given privileged information today for free. Do you think this is going to help you more than any other thing that you have paid for? Yes, Chris.
Am I allowed to mention one other thing other than the hands?
Yes, please.
And this goes in terms of your body mechanics. This kind of comes along with the elbows. You've got a great seat, Kendra, flowing laterally with her. You got the nice left-right swing, but your lower back and pelvis could release more back to front swing.
I'm a work in progress, Chris Irwin. I've been working on this for 3 years. And when you told me the first time we had a session together and you said, you're riding laterally, I honestly thought I had come so far with that. And most of you who are brand new, welcome to the party. Welcome to the conversation.
I'm going to do my job, Kendra. She's stiffening up. She's short tracking. She got real stiff. Now, here's why, and this is huge for everybody. While you were talking, she was bent left, and you were twisting your entire torso to the right to look at the camera. So your spine was twisting contrary to her spine. And boy, she started shutting down her hindquarters saying, I'm not going. I'm not walking into the stress of you twisting against the bend in my back. So here's one, Kendra. Keep your belly button between her ears. And when you look at the camera, don't turn your torso, just your neck.
Oh, that's so difficult.
Keep your belly button between her ears. We need to ride with precise spinal alignment. Your vertical spine, your belly button, and your saddle horn belong between her ears. Don't let your belly button get out of alignment with the space in her poll between her ears. If you want to look at the camera, my dear, just twist your neck. Don't twist your torso.
I can't do that. That's like chewing gum and walking at the same time right now. I'm just going to stop looking at y'all. Like not to be rude. I'm not going to try to look at the camera. And y'all are probably snickering like, this is so easy. Go on out there and try it, sister. Go saddle up this afternoon. And there is a lot more to it, which is why we have our courses, right? This week, as you come to these free sessions, those of you who upgraded to the VIP, we're going to have a second Zoom every day. Whoa, Ivy. This is your test ride. This is your chance to sample what Stall High is all about. What we actually want you to do is enroll in the course so that you can start watching the digital clinics. You can start learning how to change your hips, how to change your shoulders, your elbows, the position of your head. That's when we get into the meat and the potatoes and the weekly class, so that we're in conversation and you can get personalized help. That's why we're really here. I am confident what you're going to learn this week for free is going to have more value than other things you've paid for, because this is crucial information for the posture and your horse's ability to run at full speed. How many of you agree this has already been more helpful and more informative than other things that you've paid for? Somebody read the comments to me. Nick, will you read them to me, please?
Amanda, yes.
Yes, Amanda.
Yes.
Ollie, yes. Courtney, yes.
Exclamation.
Lottie, yeses with exclamation points.
You had an
Get ready. This is
absolutely-
just day one. Absolutely. This is only day one, guys.
Insightful.
Very insightful.
Jane, very much so.
Dan, very much so. You're going to start to see how we have been indoctrinated by a failed system to always put the horse under the microscope. It is not fair once you see through the new lens that we expect them to perform under such difficult situations. Literally, their spine is in a bind, and they're not only uncomfortable, but many times in pain, and they are stressed out. The amygdala in their brain has been triggered because of the posture we keep them in. And that's what keeps them in fight flight. So how many of you feel like every freaking time you got to ride, it's a fight?
Barrel
many of you
racers contact me. Barrel racers contact me, Kendra, when their horse starts refusing the barrels.
Yes, because it's a fight. But some people can't even ride their horse during the week because it's just a fight. It's no fun. It's a fight. And how many of your horses just spook at every dang thing? A solo cup rolls across, in front of you, and they're ready to go to the next county. Well, they're in flight. That's because the amygdala in their brain has been flipped, that switch to fight flight mode, which is survival mode. And when that happens, Chris, that's when the energy is actually coming from front to back. So that's like the hybrid car. The motor just turned off for a second. It glitched.
Yep.
And so learning how to start the motor again and keep all of that horsepower traveling from the tail to the front, that's what we're learning how to do. That's what we're discovering at Stall High. And it makes such a tremendous difference. You can literally feel the purpose and the power underneath you. You can feel that power engage. It's a strong current, and you can start to identify when they lose the power, when there's a flicker, there's a hesitation. What happens? Their head comes up, their eyes bug out, and things get real risky. Things get unpredictable. That's when horses are inconsistent. It's not your fault, guys. You're literally battling their brain, the amygdala in their brain. And once you learn how to steward their posture, nobody wants to fight with their horse. Steward your posture
I fight with my horse.
of them. Nobody does. Once you learn how to
Not, I don't know
read
much
this,
about it.
read the signs, and not flip that switch, not turn the survival switch on to begin with. Chris, that's one thing you've said from day one when we started working with you. Well, wouldn't it be better to prevent those problems?
Yep.
Instead of solving them? Let's just prevent them. Okay.
Yep.
Sign me up. I'm game.
Kendra, and everyone listening, a real quick one, okay? It only take me a minute.
Okay.
What we keep talking, you're talking the amygdala, and you're right on track. We've been talking about energy, how the spine is shaping, and what's happening with the fascia in the horse when it expands and contracts. With the hollow back, the fascia contracts. With the unlocked back, the fascia expands. And when fascia and contraction produces adrenaline, it sends electromagnetic signals that produce adrenaline. And when the fascia expands, it sends electromagnetic signals into the brain that produce endorphins. Now, for everybody here has had a dog that wants you to love it. They won't let you stop loving it. And what science has found, when you're petting a dog around the ears or a cat around the ears, their body produces oxytocin. They love it. They're greedy little drug addicts looking for the fix from your touch. But everyone's also seen the cat or the dog that doesn't want anybody near it. Its association with people is adrenaline. And I guarantee people, we'll see it. It doesn't take weeks of practice. It doesn't. It takes getting the combination right to unlock that back and get that flow with symmetry. And you're not just changing the frame of your horse, you're changing its chemistry. And now the fights come because the horse is overwhelmed with adrenaline. And when you start riding, you can ride a horse full speed and have it flowing, feeling good. They love it. They like how it feels. You can have your horse wanting you to ride it, not just putting up with you and getting into fights, enjoying the experience because of how it feels.
Yes.
So shape shifting the body changes the chemistry, changes the behavior, changes the whole experience for the horse. Your horses can love you for this.
Yes, because riding starts to feel like a massage.
Yeah.
They start to experience the oxytocin release, not just the adrenaline. We can start to release endorphins in our horse, the feel-good chemicals, and not have to run them on artificial chemicals.
Yeah, and you'll spend a lot less on rehabbing them too.
Come on. All right, did y'all have fun today? Foz, will you please drop in the link for those who want to upgrade and continue the conversation? For those who want more, you're not just here for free handouts, even though I personally believe what we are offering for free far excels, like is pioneering something brand new in the sport of barrel racing. I'm very honored. I feel very privileged to be part of this community, bringing this information and living this difference for myself and for us as a group of riders. Those of you who want more, get your VIP. We're about to start that second Zoom now. Foz, I would like for you also to drop the horsework link. You will have an assignment, guys. You're going to practice doing something different with your hands. There's a little link. It will give you the instructions and tell you how to earn points for our grand prize for our horsework winner this week. Another part of your horsework, you're going to tell us your biggest takeaways today. I want to know when you post your horsework this afternoon, tag me. It's going to be in our private Facebook group. Tag me, Kendra Lee Dixon, so that I can watch your horsework. I love that. I love seeing your aha moments when that light bulb clicks or that lightning bolt of revelation hits you. That's fun. And when you realize, wow, it doesn't have to, I don't have to fight anymore. I don't suck. Like for a lot of years, Chris, I really thought maybe I just don't have it anymore. Like maybe I'm not meant to get to the NFR. Maybe I'm not meant to run in the 1D. Like maybe I'm just supposed to be a trail rider or something. Like I question myself, and I know a lot of you are there right now, and I want you to stop it. That ends today. You know you're capable of more. You know your horse has more speed and more talent. You just haven't figured out the lock combination. And that, my dear, is why you're here. So I'm proud of everyone for being here, everyone who's returning, whether you're alumni or you're currently enrolled in the program. I appreciate you coming to the clinic today in lieu of our regular class schedule. Get your horsework done. Chris, thank you for being here. Everybody tell Chris thank you in the comment section as we close this one. Those in the VIP, check your text and check your email, because your next secondary Zoom is going to pop up by text and by email. This was a fantastic day one. When you slow down and replay this conversation, you will get years and years of revelation out of this 60-minute session. Absolutely free. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Chris, I'll see you backstage in 60 seconds.
Julie, I love your mare.
Isn't she great?
She's nice.
Yeah. Cool mare. All right. I'll see y'all backstage. Thank you, Nick. Thank you.